Hey, my name is Casey. I wanted to go over the 6 different types of clairs with you because I feel like right now with the coronavirus and all of that going on, a lot of us highly sensitive people are feeling things that maybe we've never felt before. So I just wanted to sit down and have a little chat. Some of you might not be aware of what the clairs are or why you're feeling things so intensely right now. So obviously the first one is clairvoyance, right? We're all familiar with that. That's having clear seeing. That's when you can see through your third eye. You might see flashes or images like a film, like a movie. You just see things that almost always come true. I've been tapping into that a lot lately. I think the reason is in the past year, I've been really opening myself up to these gifts that I have. I've always blocked them. My entire life, looking back, I can see that I've always had those gifts, but I wasn't aware of what they were. And I thought everybody felt like this. No joke. I just recently found out that this isn't a thing that other people can do, but I know that there are a lot of us out there. I'm a part of a few different Facebook groups where we kind of just communicate and we talk about what's going on and how we've been feeling lately, and that's really, really helpful. Sorry, I'm not loving the angle here. So the second one is claircognizance. This is something that I'm very aware that I have. It's when you just know things that you don't know anything about. Like you're having a conversation with somebody that knows a lot about electricity or something. And in the conversation, all of a sudden, you know a lot about electricity. This is just an example. That is claircognizance. That's knowing. You just know things without actually knowing things. The people that tend to be claircognizant, you also probably read a lot. You have a thirst for knowledge. You find yourself getting lost in research. The fourth one is clairsentience. This is the one that I have the strongest. I used to think that I was an empath because I could feel things. I knew what people were feeling. As my third eye started to open, I started to recognize that it wasn't really people's feelings that I was feeling, it was their vibe. I feel people's vibes on a really tangible level. Like if I'm with someone and they're content and neutral, that's what I feel. I feel a content, neutral vibration from them. But if I'm talking to them and then all of a sudden I say something they disagree with or they're losing interest in the conversation, I literally feel that vibration. Excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat. I feel their vibration change and it throws me off every time. When I'm having a conversation with someone, I will most likely get thrown off or start like thinking, oh, they're not interested in what I have to say. Even if they're feigning interest and their face and their mannerisms are showing me that they're interested, I can feel that they've lost interest, or I can feel that I said something they disagree with, and I usually stop the conversation. I'm like, do you disagree with me, or something like that. So if you do that, if you can feel like deception, if you can feel when someone is not interested in what you're saying, or if you feel the energy shift in a conversation, you might be clairsentient. The other two I'm not super familiar with, but I do feel like sometimes I can pick up on these, but it hasn't been something that I researched very much. Clairgustance is when you can taste things. I can't honestly even comprehend what that's like. So with this Clair, I guess you taste things that aren't really there, like in your mouth, like randomly, like maybe a piece of chocolate or a piece of candy, even though you haven't eaten it. I don't really understand that. I cannot wrap my head around it. But if that's something that you can do, then that would be one of the Clair gifts that you have. The final one that I'm going to talk about today is clairalience. I think that I pronounced that right, but if I didn't, feel free to leave a comment. That one is clear smelling. And I think that more people have this than any of the other clairs. And that's because scent triggers memory better than any of our other senses. So if you can smell odors or you know, you smell like perfume, or you smell like flowers or something that isn't there, that could be your clair senses picking up on something from the past, or something that from a person that you're close to. You're just in tune, your scent is in tune with the energy around you that you might not be aware of. So now that I've gone over those clairs, there are a couple others that I didn't really touch on, but with these ones, and especially the clairsentience, the claircognizance, and the clairvoyance, something that I really think is important for any of us that are highly sensitive is that we learn boundaries. We learn how to protect ourselves from all the energy around us. I'm an extremely extroverted person, but I have a lot of introverted tendencies, and that's because I absorb so much of the world around me that when I get home, I'm tired and I kind of check out. I will just watch shows or read or do something where my brain isn't focused on all of the feelings that I have. Sometimes I'll have so much of this absorption in me that I will feel super agitated, like I have a physical feeling in my body of these, you know, these other people's, this environment inside me, and I can't always get it out. Meditation helps. I like to meditate. I kind of cheat, even though I don't even know if you can cheat at meditating, but I kind of cheat because I meditate in that instance right before you fall asleep. I just lay there and I clear my head. And maybe that's why I never have problems with insomnia. I can always fall asleep no matter what, no matter how much coffee I've had. But a few other tips on how to protect yourself from other people's energy or other things. Like right now we've got the coronavirus going on, and I know that me and a lot of my other Clair friends, we all are feeling that. We feel it. It's intense. But some things to stop it, or at least not to absorb too much, are putting yourself in stop putting yourself in situations where you are going to feel too much. I mean, quite frankly, I can't watch any shows with racism, hate, sexism, like rape scenes. I can't handle those. Anything that happens to an animal or a little kid, I will just walk out. I'm also really sensitive to awkward humor, and I don't really get that one, but I think it's just because I can physically feel how awkward it is. A good example is Curb Your Enthusiasm. So cringy. I can't handle it. Some other things that I do is I honestly, and this is really important for all of us to remember, because all of us sensitive people, we're also pretty caring, right? Like it's hard for us to not be, walked on. But it's really important that you take care of yourself. If you're around someone, like we spoke about earlier, where every time you're with them afterwards, you feel bad about yourself, or you just feel a lot of anxiety, just distance yourself from that person. It's okay to walk away from a friendship for no reason. It's okay. I used to just cut ties with people that were toxic. I have started giving people more explanation with that, but you don't have to. You don't owe anybody an explanation. I will say that if you are highly sensitive, if you're an empath, if you're one of these clairs that we spoke about, it's really important that you learn to be okay not having closure. That's the best piece of advice I can give anyone, whether you're with a significant other that is a succubus, one of those people that just sucks all the energy out of you and leaves you with all of that toxic angst, those bad feelings about yourself, anybody that makes you feel like that isn't worth it. You can always find love somewhere else. You can always find new friends. Honestly, even family. Sometimes family is the worst, right? Because they know all of your triggers and sometimes they love to push those buttons. Distance yourself. You don't have to cut people out completely, but you also don't have to be around them. Nobody's making you. It's up to you to take care of yourself. Stop watching shows that you know are going to cause you problems. Stop hanging out with people that you know are going to make you feel bad. Stop putting yourself in situations where you're going to feel bad. You don't have to take on all of that energy and all that pressure. So that's where I'm going to leave you today. And please feel free to leave a comment about your Clair skills or how you cope with all of that excess energy. Also, give some people some advice on how you set boundaries. All right, thank you so much. Bye.